United States. Riker Lee for Stiga. Wrist shot behind the net. LJ Mooney hustles over, posted to the far point. That drive and escape and goes behind the net. Jam back into the corner. Orquist up the right wing, held in. Osborne followed up, try right on. And the first save for Herenstam in tight as he kicks it aside. Good pace to a game that was much anticipated, and we have the biggest crowd home to the Minnesota Wild here, Grand Casino Arena. Excited for this one. Pass up ahead for Will Zellers. In comes Mick Morrow. As Zellers off to a blistering start as well in this tournament. He's been a scoring machine, 4 goals, 6 points. Puck at center ice, little chip to center. Dumped in by the Americans. Zellers tracks in. Played around the wall by Hackensack and all the way to center. One of the big storylines for the United States, as Lauren Dave talked about, Cole Hudson injured. He's day-to-day. Max Plant also day-to-day for the United States. So 2 of their key guys out in this game. As the backhand right on, Ustavara. No problem from Noling there. Americans will fire it in. Herenstam couldn't settle it down. Felix Carroll left it. It comes to Ustavara at the line. He took a shoulder check. Cole Eiserman tried to find the puck. Rayon Mullen has it, digs it free, and again dumped in high into the glove, and Herenstam will look around, decide to hold that for a faceoff.
LJ Mooney finds himself in the right spot, and the puck kicks to him. It's a good opportunity. He turns in and he faces in, and that's just a smart play by LJ Mooney. Turn the wrong way, puck goes past you, you're alert, you're paying attention, you see where the puck is coming, you get a scoring chance. Really smart play by LJ Mooney.
A Montreal Canadiens 4th round draft pick this year. His head coach Bob Motzko also coaches him at the University of Minnesota. He says, always a smile on his face. He always ends up being a fan favorite, tenacious, loves his work ethic. He's a little guy with a big motor and competing here on home soil. Puck flipped to center. Eklund waiting, wrist shot stopped. Victor Eklund chopping at the puck as he tries to follow up. Just onside, Frundell trying to get it back. Give it go right through the creases. Real Mullen. Frundell blew right by him but couldn't get the shot on net. Puck jammed to center. As Horcoff sends it back for Cleaver. Cleaver leads the Americans in ice time per game. He has been busy for the Americans. Nearly 23 minutes per game, as that's 5th in the entire tournament for players. Eklund, the give and go. Puck bouncing at the American line. Eklund lifting the stick, trying to dig it free. Little bit of help from Vigo Bjork. Vigo Bjork's had a great tournament. 3 goals, 2026 draft eligible, very noticeable player. Turnover, Teddy Stiga right at center ice, stops. Nimitz waited for help. He threw it in front at the skate of Eddie Enborn.
Good pressure by LJ Mooney to create the turnover.
Osborne under some stress. He jams it back in for the Americans. Puck battle in the corner. Osborne pinching in again. And a nice job by Enborn, but stolen again. Riker Lee, wrist shot in a piece. Herenstam. Good velocity from Lee in tight. Stiga and Lee go to work. Lee's got it again. He'll stop. Far wall. Up top. Chase reach. Shot. Hit a body. Herenstam wasn't sure where it was. Big collision. Wrist shot. In and out. Wow. The lights came on in the building. Off a big check right in front of Herenstam. But play continues. No goal. Berglund sends it across. Just out of the reach of Trance. Another big body check behind the net as Trance involved. Some physical contact. That's a Pearson knocked down to the blue line. Americans come in numbers. Dropped off. Sellers wrist shot. And that's blocked away with the stick. Herenstam got a piece, kept it out. Centering feed again in front. Barnett shot. That was blocked. He tries again. Missed the net with a follow-up. Asher Barnett with a good look. The Oilers prospect sends it across. Wrist shot. Karum's in front. Spellacy was looking for a chance. As this line that Dave Reed talked about generating some offensive chances. Barnett McMorrow, the backhand in. Played around the wall. The captain, Berglund, waiting for it. And he'll calm the pressure a little bit, getting it to center ice. Sellers quickly to Barnett. He's got some space. Cutting in, slides it through. And America's going to get the shot off. McKinney was tied up. Leo Sleen-Wallenius racing over far corner. Chips to the line, gave it away. They'll come again. McMorrow in the corner. McKinney was tracking right in front. Puck behind the net. Wrap try and the wrap around. Never found its way through. Bouncing puck. That Soggy spinning shooting, and he'll miss. Centering beat again. Wow, great tenacious pressure by the Americans. And a big shoulder check at the blue line. Man, Soggy having a shift for the Americans. They'll come again. Cole Yzerman, the sniper, trying to drag it in. Yzerman's got a heck of a shot, but he couldn't track his way around Boumediene.
BU teammates probably seen that move in practice, so you're not tricking me.
Yzerman, Bednarik, Hudson, Boumediene, all at Boston University together. Friends off tonight, though, Craig. In a spirited game so far.
If you're not wearing the same color jersey, you're not on my team. LJ Mooney's had a great start to this first period. Good turnover there by Stiga, and then Mooney steps right into it off the post. That close to putting USA up 1-0. Von Soggy comes right across and closes it off. There's one. And looks like he wanted to play a little bit of bumper cars. He's a big man playing to his strengths.
Plays at Michigan State University and getting some more ice time. We talked about some of the injuries to the Americans. In comes Eklund. Eklund tried to center. Victor Eklund is sandpaper on skates. He is tenacious, he works hard, he will agitate you, and he can score. And he's on the puck again. Eklund in the corner, swiping the puck to Frundell. 3 goals in the tournament for Antoine Frundell. Diving Eklund, couldn't get it to the net. Ensler starts to play and heads off for a change. Here's Hagens. They'll chip it towards it and want it Ziemer as James Hagens in the last game found his game, popping a pair of goals in a shootout win here against Slovakia. Frundell through the legs, trying to create some offense. They'll zip it back in front. Hugo Bjork, he was checked off the puck.
And that play by Will Horcoff.
Carroll pick it up and start play from his own zone. Look out, right for Lee, the steal. Lee, still getting forehand try to take it over, then flips it through the crease, backhand. Aaron Stam kept it out too. Oh, what a chance, Riker Lee. He's on it again, backhand try, and that was stopped. What a stop from Lube Herenstam. They come again, Stiga trying to zip it through, second effort, bouncing in front, and finally Sweden able to calm the temperature. Ivar Stenberg leads the rush. Bjork's got the puck, drops it back. Boumediene waiting, centering off his stick. And there's Lee again, puck on his stick, and he's off. Lee still casting the tank, brings it in, and a wrist shot, and that goes out of play. What a sequence for the USA. Riker Lee, a goal in the tournament. He's got 6 this year at Michigan State University.
Carl turns it over. Then this play, I mean, you think about the Deeks. Forehand, backhand, forehand, and left with no room to really do anything. There was a whole lot of shaking and moving going on from Riker Lee.
Riker Lee, a Nashville Predators first-round pick this year. Herenstam, a Blues 6th-round pick from this year's draft, and both taking center stage in this first period. The Americans cycling it in. Boumediene on the puck. The Jets first-rounder jams it up the wall. Away with the puck is Berglund. Trying to hit the trailer. Orkins jams it into the corner. Pettersson let it go behind the net. Berglund crashing in. He'll finishes his check. Sellers up ahead. Spellacy to the forehand. Pad save, an easy one that time for Herenstam. Sellers. Weird Karam bouncing in the slot. Trying to help out is Luka Kretz. Sellers steals again. Got At the line, still onside, zips it down. Real Mullen is passing a skate, and the two Swedish players collided, and it's poked into the corner.
This line of Zellers, Spellacy, and McMorrow, they play the game in a different way that poses all kinds of different challenges for your opponent. They play with tenacity, they play with a frenetic type of energy, and they create all kinds of chaos. That really unsettles an opponent.
Alphonse Frey ditches up ahead. Eric Nielsen delays, drops it off. Frey puts it in deep. Backdoor feed, score! Off a skated in. And Sweden, the icebreaker, as they take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, off the defenseman's skate, but this is a fantastic play by Alphonse Frey. First of all, he jumps into the attack. He sees it, he can be the support guy, but then when he has that puck, he sizes it up really nice. Nice play by Eric Nielsen. Here comes Frey into your screen there, and then he feeds it perfectly. It's a bad break off the skate of the USA defenseman, Logan Hensler, but the play doesn't even have a chance of going anywhere without Alphonse Frey recognizing quickly, I can be the extra guy, and then when he gets the puck, he delivers it into an area where the opportunity ensues. 1-0 Sweden.
So some puck luck for Kasper Justavara, first World Junior Tournament, and he's got his first World Junior goal as he beats Brady Nolan. 1-0 Sweden, lining the crowd here on New Year's Eve. Bouncing puck. Chase Reed tried to knock it down, zipped to center ice as Leo Wallenius will backpedal and send it across to Garrett. Garrett to the left wing, tapped in. Chase Reed back on the puck as Chase Reed turned 18 years of age yesterday, celebrating a birthday during the tournament. He's got the puck right now. Reed lost it to Eriksson until played back behind the net. Chase Reed, 14 goals, 35 points in 31 games this year in the Ontario Hockey League with a suit. A dynamic young defenseman, draft eligible. Celine Wallenius assessing options. Back-ended in by Eddie Enborg. Second effort works it in deep. Puck in the corner. Ivar Stenberg collects it at center ice, plays it to the line. Bjork will backhand it in. And as his brother Wilson Bjork is a healthy scratch for this game. Boumedienne at the line, shoots, wanted a tip, he missed. Orquist follows up. And that pass intended for Stenberg, swatted away by the American stick. Another turnover though, Stenberg's back on the puck. Stenberg. This time in space taken away. Vigo Bjork right through the crease with a shot. Tough angle, nearly fooled Doling. And down the ice to Sasha Boumedienne. Stretch pass up ahead. It's ended for Liam Danielson. That'll be icing though against Sweden.
Health Partners Extreme are proud to be the official medical providers of the 2026
Kasper Justavara gets the benefit of a good break. He's trying to make a pass across to Gastrine, but off the skate of Logan Hensler. And ask anybody given a choice on the Swedish side of good luck or bad luck, they'll take good luck every time. Justavara jumping into the attack and attempted pass. It's Sweden up 1-0.
Spellacy digging in with Berglund to the left of Herenstam. 8:54 remaining first period. Winner takes the group. Bouncing puck in the slot to the line, not owned. And then, yeah, it is zoned as it bobbled on Barnett. Zellers, quick strike though, they come again. Spellacy digging into the forehand, lost the puck as Alphonse Frey, the Jets second rounder, poked it away from him. There's Danielson, little chip to center ice. E.J. Emery will work it across. Puck to center. McMorrow, touch pass, Zellers. Zellers cuts in, centering feed in front, just missed Spellacy. He gets it again, shoots, and he missed wide with the shot. Asher Barnett dumps it in deep. Big check as Brendan McMorrow taken down, fed in front, but cleaned up in time by Lucas Pettersson. He'll chip that down the ice.
Brendan McMorrow is not an easy player to take down either.
And that'll be icing. Thought he got the red line, did not.
AJ Spellacy. You you talk about energy, you talk about playing with the speed and the pace to put opponents back on their heels. What an outstanding play by Alphonse Frey. You see Jack Berglund just go right through McMorrow. Saw Frey on the goal, jumping into the attack. Nice little understanding of where to get a stick on the puck as Spellacy's trying to take it to the net.
Dave Reed talked about Berglund in the opener. Goes to the tough areas and he plays a tough game. Lieber starts the play. It's chipped to center. Celine Wallenius has to hustle back. Little shoulder check. He sees Cole Eiserman coming, and Eiserman hits him. Yilson trying to swat the puck down. Wrist shot up high. What a rocket. That didn't miss by much up high from Eiserman. Shot again in front. Puck loose. Comes to the line and held in. Hensler dumps it back in. Eiserman tried to center. As Cole Eiserman, a prolific scorer with USA Hockey's National Team Development Program, the all-time goal-scoring record. He broke it by 1. It was held by Cole Caulfield. Here's McKinney from his own zone. Fan on the first attempt. Works the second one up the ice. Dished in by Mansagi. And both teams getting a change in. 7 minutes remaining first period. Shots are 5-5, and it's 1-0 Sweden. Great shot. Missed the mark. Eklund tries to pick it up. Movidian backhands it in for Fundell, who missed with that last attempt. Set up the ice. James Higgins will poke it in deep. Orquist snaps it up. Eriksson through the legs. He'll get it back. Nice little pass. Good job with Eklund. Victor Eklund cuts in, drops Fundell into the slot. Bouncer, though, for Movidian. Couldn't pull the trigger clean. Sweden reloads. Linus Eriksson, Panthers second-round pick, backhands it in. Sellers in the corner, lifts it high up the glass. Good job, Frey, keeps the play alive. In comes Frundell again. He got tangled up with the linesman, allowing the Americans to skate it up ice. Sellers the touch in, and a full 5 changing for USA. Riker Lee again. Man, he's been good with a stick in this period, forcing some turnovers, causing some headaches for Sweden. Lee's back to work, trying to track that puck down again. Hackenstock skated away from him. Played up the right side. Stenberg for Bjork. He lost it. And the Americans recover and skated up ice. It's Lee again at the blue line. He was with E.J. Emery, and it's played up to Stenberg. Ivar Stenberg, little dish to himself at the blue line. Works the backhand in for Bjork. In there with Yenborg. Youngborn will toggle up. Backhand feed up top. Celine Wallenius right on the left pad of Noling. Able to keep it a 1-0 game. Aaron Stam will leave it for Celine Wallenius. Smooth skating defender for Sweden. Up the ice it goes, chipped in. In comes Luka Kretz. Omidian chips it back into the corner. 5 minutes remaining first period. Berglund trying to take it away from Spellacy. They'll find Kleber. Kleber to center. Sweden controls, and they'll pump it up quickly. Berglund shoots it in. Pettersson, far wall. Try to knock that puck down. And the Americans able to break up ice with a little bit of pace. That drive here at Stam. Thought about playing it, but then after the shot on net, Spellacy doing his thing with Orquist. Little chatter. Uwe Herenstam perfect thus far. As Kasper Justavara, he got that lucky break off a skate, and then, yeah, I'll take it.
This is general manager of the Detroit Red Wings. He had the 1,000+ games in the NHL, so he's watching for the Red Wings, but he's also got his eyes on his son, Will, who's been a real fantastic player at Michigan. And Kyle Dubas, who drafted Will Horkoff, the latter part of the first round. On his left is Jason Spezza. What a phenomenal player Jason was. They got to be happy. Ben Kindle playing. That was their first pick in the first round. And then they're able to get Will Horkoff. And Will Horkoff has been a force in the NCAA this season.
Horkoff 24th. Ben Kindle, gold medalist for Canada at the U18 tournament in Texas early this year, 2025. Starring in the NHL for the Penguins. Pretty cool to get mentioned by Sidney Crosby your first year. Here's Bomidian, wrist shot. No traffic that time for Noling, and he'll squeeze. And that's Sidney Crosby going to the Olympics. No surprise for Team Canada, but the list announced today.
Brady Noling, a very promising goaltender for the 2026 draft. Gets the start here. A game that will determine first place in this pool. And after an unfortunate break that led to Sweden's first goal, looks like he's settling it in nicely.
He's a big kid, Craig. 6'5", 205 pounds.
After an unfortunate break that led to Sweden's first goal, looks like he's settling it in nicely.
He's a big kid, Craig. 6'5", 205 pounds.
After an unfortunate break that led to Sweden's first goal, looks like he's settling it in nicely.
He's a big kid, Craig. 6'5", 205 pounds. You saw it, you lived it, and yeah, I know it's different players a couple years later, but bad blood remains, my man. It's what they play for, and it's fun to watch. You love to compete every year at the World Junior. And that's offside for the Americans, so a little bit of choppy play, but a few icings and stoppages in the last few minutes or so of this first period.
AJ Spellacy has been just phenomenal. Like, you think about his ability to be such a factor in the game in so many different ways. When you're an opponent playing AJ Spellacy, it is no fun. He gets on you hard, he gets on you quick, he's fast, he's aggressive. Contributions come in different ways, and I think AJ knows what his game is and brings it.
Spellacy from Westlake, Ohio, plays for Windsor in the Ontario Hockey League. 2 minutes remaining first period. 1-0 Sweden as they push for a little bit more. Pettersson in the corner. Under duress, Sellers. So he took a big cross check. Celine Wallenius shoved him down to the ice. Little poke at the line. Krantz holds it in, trying to get the shot away. He cannot. And the Americans chip the center. Sellers was streaking in. He fell. Americans changing. Celine Wallenius back on the puck. As the Sharks' second rounder through center. He'll coast in up the left side. And then he took a big wall on far wall. As they continue to trade body checks in this game. That was Higgins that time. Ziemer cutting it. Horkoff goes to the net looking for a rebound off the point shot. Behind the net, Ziemer digs it free. Ziemer to the point. Wrist shot. Higgins was in front. Cleaned up real nicely, though, by Bomidian. Stenberg.
1 minute left in the first period.
Follow-up backhand and stopping both. Noling now inside the final minute of this first period.
Well, the game is about give a little, and certainly Celine Wallenius does that. And then you got to take a little. This is James Higgins delivering it. There's a quick shot by Stenberg. I like when he gets his mind made up that he's going to get himself pointed and directed towards the net and shoot the puck. Too much little fancy footwork and dangling that's getting him nowhere. Get playing to your strengths, and Ivar Stenberg will become that much more dangerous.
Off the shot, quick strike, just wide. Oh, what a rip Stenberg again on cue. Ivar Stenberg back to work behind the net, grabs it right in front, and he missed Yenborg. Follow-up try off the leg. Bjorn took the shoulder from Stiga in the corner, and that allows Stiga to help clear. What a push there from Sweden, late stages of this period. Here's Riker Lee in the corner. He'll backhand it in. Yenborg delays, works it up for Bjorn. Viggo Bjorn waits for help. Backhand dish. Wrist shot. Orquist, friendly fire off the tip. That was Cleaver's stick doing the damage, but it went wide. Americans were hurt off a skate earlier in the lone goal. Yzerman, tough angle. Shoot or shoot. That's what Cole Yzerman does, trying to beat Herenstam. And McKinney, Riker Lee cleaning his skates. He got clipped.
Well, Eddie Yenborg's got a glorious opportunity here. What a pass there by Stenberg. And there's another one. Off the stick of Kleber, just goes a little bit wide. Brady Nolan is going, wait a second, I got to stop the ones that they're coming from the other opponent, not off our own guys.
Well, again, worth noting, Craig, Cole Hudson was an absolute superstar at the World Junior last year, led the tournament in scoring as a defenseman. First time ever a defenseman's done that. People got to pick up the minutes, pick up the ice time. He skated yesterday, he skated today. It's Eiserman's wrist shot off the stick and wide. Oh, try right in front from the far wall. Another try. Bensagi was in front at the horn looking for the screen as the Americans, a shooting gallery to finish up the first period of play. And again, Shane Bensagi in the middle of things, the St. Louis, Missouri native. But it's 1-0 Sweden.
I love the fact late in the period that the USA were getting the puck towards the net. And first one comes right off the mask. So Harrenstam gets it up and over. And then, no, not a deflection. And there's the one right off the mask.
Score after the first period is USA 0.
Let's find a way. That's a good, intense first period.
Kasper Justavara got a lucky break off the American skated in his first of the tournament as Sweden leads 1-0. Your intermission is coming up next as Laura, Dave, and Brent have you covered.
It was no way to the liking of Magnus Havlat, the head coach for Team Sweden.
You talk about building for Sweden. It was a close one to start. They beat Slovakia 3-2. They beat the Swiss 4-2. They pounded Germany 8-1. And really, Craig, especially on the power play, looked to be finding their game. And I think the Americans, they were down twice by 2 to Slovakia. James Hagan talked about it after, though. They found that ability to come back in a game like that as well.
And that third period, call it the last few minutes of the second period versus Slovakia in the third period, the U.S. really elevated their game, and they brought it right into the first period. The fact that they don't have a goal in this game speaks to Harrenstam and probably a little bit of misfortune on a couple of those cases.
Harrenstam came in second best save percentage in the tournament, a 2-0 record. And a goals against of 2. Here's Anton Frundell. The second period underway. He'll fire it into the corner. In charges Eriksson. As the top line out here for Sweden. Victor Eklund absolutely pinned by Hensley, the Ottawa Senators first rounder. Down the ice it goes, foot race, good speed, Ziemer, he's in first. No icing. Ziemer checked quickly by Celine Wallenius, and Carroll there to help. Carroll can't jam it out.
Again, right what we showed.
Clean exits, so important, especially as we get closer and closer to the knockout round. Here is Chase Reed behind the net. Reed takes a look, he'll skate it up himself and then try that home run stretch pass to the speedy Mooney, and Mooney's in as Harrenstam forced to play it. Locked in the corner, Stiga, backhand beam, right for Lee, right on at the side of the net. Harrenstam might have got a piece.
Might have got it with his mask again.
Bomidian lost the handle of the puck as he was driving play. Teddy Stiga again, 2-on-1. Stiga and Lee, Teddy Stiga, oh, what a block. Great job, Orquist, and then getting clipped was Harrenstam as he was taken down in the net. Penalty coming up to the USA. Riker lead to the box.
So we saw at the end of the first period some shots off the mask of Harrenstam. Here's another one. Head right in there. And as a forward, you got to make an effort to get away from that area of the ice. That is clearly goaltender interference, and there is no argument to be made. Earlier in the first period, A.J. Spellacy came through when he got poke checked by Frey, and he made the move above the blue and avoided the goaltender. That's exactly what Riker Lee needed to do, and that's why he has a 2-minute penalty.
Sweden 6 for 14 on the power play, second best
Team USA penalty
in the tournament.
Number 17, Riker
run
Lee,
things on top of the blue line.
Goaltender
The Jets prospect takes a look, dumps for Frundell. Back to Frey.
1:35.
Quickly, Ivar Stenberg. Stenberg for Frey. And then he lost the handle, gave it away. A foot race, Spellacy trying to dance around him. Frey using his speed to close it down though. Just another example of the toolkit of A.J. Spellici. There's Yamo to settle it down. Shots 10-10 in the game, 1-0 Sweden. Ivar Stenberg, the dynamic draft-eligible player, goes to the left side. Berglund, the captain. Berglund at the goal line. He'll work it off the wall for Frey. Frey with his head up, goes to Victor Eklund. Eklund drops it off Stenberg. Stenberg, little flip pass. Frey loaded up the one-timer. Kind of a knuckling shot, missed the mark, and United States with a good clear. As the Americans, 78% on the PK in this tournament coming in. L.J. Mooney, lone man in for the USA. Pedersen gets the drop pass in his own zone. Viggo Bjork through center, little give and go. Centering feet, a drop shot, posted out. As that ripped the post and over it's in. What a rocket. In and out for a goal. And that's a power play marker, 2-0 on the first of the tournament for Eddie Edborn.
Saw Eddie Edborn in the first period miss a glorious opportunity between his legs, but this is just a fantastic pass across. Bjork on the entry, and Danielson delivers it just perfectly right off the camera, spin it around. No chance for Brady Noling, and that offensive zone goaltender interference penalty by Riker Lee gives Sweden the advantage, 2-0.
And Craig, that power play continues to rip. They had 4 power play goals against Germany. We talked about the proficiency now, 7 for 15. And usually you look back on these tournaments, you check some of the stats, and the team that wins this thing probably has a pretty darn good power play.
Sweden power play goal scored by number
2-0 Sweden. And what a shot that was. That was in and out so quick. Even Nolding wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at first, but he was in there.
3:01 of the second period.
Lars Steiner had a goal like that in group play as well, with just a rocket wrist shot. Ustavara comes in again, shoots. Hit a body went wide, backhand in the crease. And this time with Ustavara looking for a second of the game, Nolding is going to reach out with that trapper and hull play.
If a puck flies to the stand, please return it to the closest steward. You will receive an...
Well, this is a fantastic entry. They move it up the ice, and moving with speed, and Viggo Bjork gets the puck, but Danielson is in really good support there, and now Bjork goes to the middle, it opens up the lane, and then Yenberg just rips it right off the camera. That's why we lost the perfect shot. Just fantastic. I can't say enough what fantastic people are working to bring you these pictures, our replays. Just simply outstanding stuff. You're not going to find it anywhere any better.
Off the drop, Orquist works it across, great shot up high. Nolding fought that one off. As Eriksson tries to dig it free for Frundell, he'll pump it back in deep. Eriksson in to help. So Eddie Edborn, you saw Shorn Horkoff earlier, the Wings assistant GM. Well, Edborn, a second round pick of Detroit. And he rips one in to make it 2-0. Fans trying to get into this one on New Year's Eve. And a good crowd, I'd suggest around 15,000, 16,000 in the building, home of the Minnesota Wild in the NHL. Watch this American side now down 2-0. We talked about it. They were down 2-0 to start the game against Slovakia, and then trailed by 2 again in that game and found a way to win. They have to do it again. Here's Frundell. Around the net, tried the centering feed off the back of the cage, and it's Brody Ziemer. He was checked by Frundell at center ice. Frundell plays it back into his own zone to Herenstam. Alphonse Frey will pick it up.
You hear the phrase often, play the game the right way. Watch Anton Frundell, and you'll get an example of that exact phrase being put into practice.
The board again, looking for another one. Kicked aside to Kleber, and he alertly flips it up high as Nolding under some pressure here in the second period, 5 minutes in. Americans will flip that again down the ice. Ivar Stenberg skating away from Hagens with speed. Stenberg Cutting right in, trying to get the forehand push. He centers. And then Yenborg got taken down. Cliff Nolan for the Americans away. Maybe a 3-on-2. As they'll work it up. Nice pass and tight shot swallowed up. As a good push from James Higgins. He's got the A on his chest, obviously. With Cole Hudson unable to go. He's worn it now for game number 2.
Quick little play here by Stenberg. He doesn't get control of the puck, but it kicks over, and Yenborg is trying to get it. Loses his footing. The play goes to that. This is a nice little chip play by Will Horkoff to the streaking James Higgins, and a pretty good opportunity, but Horkoff with the great awareness to just recognize, I don't need to handle it, I just need to push it ahead. Does a nice job of exactly that. Higgins skates onto it.
Horkoff, Mooney, and others are part of the team that won bronze at the Under-18 World Hockey Championship in April in Texas. As that tournament will now track to Slovakia, the U18 next year, the World Junior next year, back to Alberta. Edmonton and Red Deer. As that tournament comes to Canada. The 51st anniversary tournament. Backhand in by Luka Krantz as he'll chip and chase into the corner, as does Pettersson. And Sagan chips up that right wing, pump back quickly. Berglund waits for help, flips for Pettersson, swings it in front, what a stop! It's in the crease, and cleaned up by Osberg just in time. Nolan got enough, and Osberg did the rest. Wow. That close to 3-0 Sweden. Berglund comes again. Good pace, weaving in, drops it off. Wrist shot, score! On the right wing, a rocket wrist shot buried by Lucas Pettersson. We got a 3-0 game.
Sweden has found its skating legs. We have seen these plays emanate from the defensive zone, and with speed now, they get quickly on the attack, back up the USA, and then Berglund with a real nifty move, knifing and slicing his way through the middle, and then delivering the pass where Pettersson can now have a lot of room to pick his spot just inside the post. Nolan moving from his right to his left. Pettersson puts it back the other way. Yeah, he's telling everybody, I don't hear ya. I don't hear ya. It's New Year's. It's 2026 in Sweden. They're celebrating New Year's. And a 3-0 lead for Sweden.
Lucas Pettersson is third of the tournament. And a beautiful wrist shot. A lot of insurance now, and a big hole for the Americans as Pettersson, a Ducks second-round pick a couple years ago from Örnsköldsvik, Sweden, home of the Moto program. And the 2 goals coming 3 minutes apart to make it 3-0. As Sweden pulling away a little bit here in the second period.
Sweden goal scored by
The Americans find a spark. Their Stiga starting to play. He had the golden goal last year out of Ottawa. His only goal of the entire tournament, and it was the biggest one.
Time of the goal, 6-0.
Back-to-back goal for the Americans. Stavara takes a look, plays it behind the net with Gasquet. 7 minutes gone, second period. And behind the play, a penalty coming up as McMorrow taken down.
This is the definition of a dumb penalty. Eric Nielsen, geez.
So a chance for the Americans, and they need a spark in this building because it's been all Trey Kroner. They got 3 and lead.
Nielsen's a smart player, but this is not an example of that. You got the game fully in control. They got nothing going. And you come in there and clip the player at the offensive zone goal line. Literally, the U.S. is back on their heels, nothing going in their direction, and you take that penalty.
Sweden's penalty kill at 89% of the tournament. They've allowed the 1 power play goal. And so far, the Americans, they were brilliant last year. I get it, different year, different players, but just 2 power play goals for the USA so far. They'll get it set up as Osborne is up top. Here's LJ Wilson. Sellers is in the near circle. Laid down low. Sellers backdoor feed. Great stick. As Eklund helps break it up, but not out. As Stiga battles for position in front. Sellers again. Great shot. Osborne off the post and stayed out. Got a buzz in the building, but nothing more as Osborne let it go. Good shot from the Sabres 4th-round pick. Here's Mooney. Little flick, Sellers. But the USHL in goals last year with 44. Mooney inside Stiga. What a stop, pushing over Herenstam. And Teddy Stiga denied.
This line has been dangerous for Team USA. Mooney is moving into the middle of the ice. Well, this is off the outside of the post earlier, Osborne. But Mooney, as he's moving the one way and he recognizes, here's a little saucer pass for you, Teddy Stiga. What a fantastic opportunity. Stiga can't finish it off, but LJ Mooney with that awareness. Outstanding awareness by LJ Mooney. Beautiful backhand pass.
Faced off one, but two clean all the way down to center ice. Mooney's got 15 points, 19 games this season at the University of Minnesota. Boumediene, puck on his tape, finds it, and again a good clear. 59 seconds left in the power play. Chase Reed. Cole Yzerman. He'll lay it back and get the puck back. Yzerman dishes to Ziemer. He'll dump it in. Chase Reed at the line. Little backhand chip. And push to center. Pettersson comes again through the lane. Shorthanded as he got taken down. Trying to get the shot off, and play continues. Chase Reed up quickly to Ziemer. Just off his stick. Boumediene back. He'll hammer it along the boards. Hagens, good get as he keeps it in. Barely. America's coming in. Backdoor feed right in front. And that missed the mark. The guy you wanted to shoot it to. Yzerman, though, couldn't catch it. They come again. Pass in front. Herenstam steps up. Another big block. Down and up. They score! The Americans needed one. Chase Reed. Power play goal. It's 3-1.
James Hagens made such an outstanding play. Boumediene tries to whip the puck around, and James Hagens saying, I'm getting there first. And now everything ensues off of that effort. Cole Yzerman gets robbed, but Chase Reed just following the play here. There's the first save, second save, not the third save, as Chase Reed just jumps right into the play. We're going to show you the play when we have a chance of how James Hagens made this whole thing happen with what you call an effort play. Looks like it might have skipped off the right skate of Celine Wallenius on the way into the net. Nonetheless, USA's right back into this game.
That was real close to offside, but Hagens, I believe, able to keep that play alive. And the puck's down, so yeah, good goal. 3-1 Sweden. And now we got some life in the building. 11 minutes to go, second period. Puck played to center ice. Nick Morrow took the body. He works it in deep. Herenstam. My goodness, full credit to Lube Herenstam. He was down and out, Hasek-style acrobatic, doing everything he could to stop the first two, and then buried by Chase Reed, who's been a scoring machine in the OHL this year. Back inside, takes a look, plays it back. Frey delivers the pass. Frey back at center for Stenberg. Ivar Stenberg waltzing in. Takes it wide, shoots short side. Little bobble. As we've seen it, these kids can score from anywhere, and Stenberg tries
Team
to fool
USA
Brady Nolan.
power play goal. Scored by number 25, Chase Reed. Assist number 34.
This is the whip around. Now watch James Hagens say, I'm getting there before you. And this is where the offensive zone time begins. If James Hagens takes a more casual path and doesn't have the urgency to get to that puck, this goal never happens. James Hagens with just an outstanding play as Boumediene was trying to ice the puck, and he just refused to let the puck come out of the zone.
When I asked Bob Motzko before the tournament with James Higgins, he said he is a fierce competitor and he's a guy that wants the big moment. Well, he's starting to step up in the big moments here at this World Junior. LJ Mooney, Riker Lee, go to work. Stiga shoots, quick one. In the pad, still loose. And you knew Herenstam, when you look back like that, he wasn't sure, but he's got it.
He looked back twice.
You knew it wasn't secure, but he found a way. Chase Reed has ignited the building. It's 3-1 Sweden. Americans starting to push. Look at Herenstam. Where is it? Still not sure. I'm just going to lie down.
Oh, there's a winner for the best hockey smile tonight.
Yeah, there it was. And, you know, you got all that padding and equipment. Sometimes you're not quite sure where it is, but he felt it. He fell on it, and he was able to hold. So now the face-off to his left.
They call that the resting position, but it's more the hoping position.
Berglund, a good face-off win. Selena Lenius has the puck. And a little collision in the crease. Herenstam, a few words for the official. Pettersson walking it in, centering feed. And it was behind Krantz. Play continues. Carroll walks it right in. Carroll, forehand push. Follow-up tries to in the crease. Carroll centers. Still loose in the crease. Down and out. Noling, and he'll cover. What a rush from Felix Carroll to create all of that carnage.
Medical providers in the 2026 IIHF.
Well, Felix Carroll just gets moving here, dancing around, coming into the net. He gets a shot directed towards the net. He's trying to sweep it, but it goes past his stick as he's trying to get it on there to get it past Nolan, but Nolan really battling in there. Brian, I got to say this, too. This is an intense, competitive game, and the players know that they're an intense game. I think the officiating in this game has been...
Rundell across. Oh, he had Boumediene queued up with the pass when it's his skates. Rundell took a look, he hesitated, and couldn't feed him in the perfect spot.
I'll finish my... I think the officiating has been outstanding. They said, we know what the rules are, we know what the tempo and the tenor of the game is. The players do, too.
Herenstam again. They're calling it diving.
They're calling a dive on Herenstam.
Yeah. He thought he was interrupted with in the last sequence in his zone. That time it's a dive.
Steve Sweden, number 30. 2 minutes for embellishment.
I have no idea what he was thinking.
So that's a little flyby. Zellers, you be the judge. Oh. He did hit him, but
He did, and the call is diving there. And, you know, sometimes when you're not expecting something, it's easy to lose your footing in that regard. And I think that might have been more the case there with Herenstam, just saying, hey, like, I don't know anybody's behind me. And sometimes just the slightest little nudge can take you off your feet. Magnus Havlat is not too happy. It will not change my mind here on what a great job I think the officials have done 31 minutes into this game. I really think they got the feel of the game.
so Anton Frundell is going to serve the penalty for his goalie. And you know this is one Sweden wants to kill for their guy. But Chase Reed has a power play goal in the game to make it 3-1. And they are now one shot away, the Americans, from igniting this building again. LJ Mooney, Linus Eriksson. 9 minutes to go, second period. Shots locked up at 15. We've talked about it, the United States. Some adversity in this pool, and they found a way. 3-0 coming in. Here we go.
Number 30,
LJ Mooney. Wade still with it. Drops it off. Sellers shot right on. Puck loose in the crease and cleared as Sellers wide on pulled the trigger. He's been one of the hottest shots for the Americans at this tournament. Now the 44 goals last year in the USHL. He's got 3 game winners in this tournament alone. Here's Mooney. Riker Lee. They'll stop. Curl around. Osborne. Mooney. Backpedaling to the line. Still assessing options. LJ Mooney. Backhand feed. Osborne ripper right on the pad. And again, Herenstam ready. Mooney again. Trying to create some space. Sellers behind him. Mooney. Seam pass. Wanted lead. Osborne scoots away. At the line. One-timer Sellers. And again, pad stop by Herenstam. Eagle Bjork chopping at it, and it's chopped out of play. And it did deflect and go out of play. And I believe the face-off will be... Well, they'll talk about it. Where does the draw come?
I don't know if this is 3 saves off the mask of Herenstam or 4. But he has used his mask, keeping his head right into the play, stopping it, and then the quick one-timer by Zellers. And you can see how the pads are closed in, pads close to the ice, stick coming across. You know, if you're vulnerable coming across, you got holes, and Herenstam didn't open up in that regard. Nice goaltending.
James Higgins will send it across. 45 seconds left in the man advantage for the United States. Yzerman one-timer on, rebounded, grab, digging free. Horkoff there, and couldn't jam it home. And Craig, you talk about that mask and the saves. Herenstam and the backup, Herman Leave, have each other. Their faces on each other's masks at this year's tournament.
Well, look at how Yzerman pops up high. He kind of gives a little deception that he's coming in low, and then he jumps out high, and the puck is delivered to him. And as a goaltender, you might not be paying attention to that as fully as you need to. Quick play, Herenstam real sharp.
James Higgins able to dig it free. 35 seconds left now, the man advantage. Higgins, 2 in the tournament. Works it down low. Horkoff, Higgins. They'll zip it up top. And a giveaway. And Pedersen could break away. Maybe a 2-on-1 with Berglund. Zemer trying to get back. Wrist shot. Score! A short-handed rocket again. Lucas Pedersen. He's got a second of the game. It's 4-1 Sweden.
Same spot that he scored his first goal of this game on. And it's a turnover. You know, just like that, play goes the other way. There's the turnover by Yzerman, and then Jack, real nice play here by Pedersen. He looks, and then again, it's almost like the exact same spot he put the first goal that he scored, maybe a little bit higher. Jack Berglund at the defensive zone blue line recognized he didn't have the speed or the skating at that point in time. Yzerman, you can see where he feeling the disappointment of that turnover, but Jack Berglund realized he didn't have the speed in his feet, and he just pushed it ahead to Pedersen. Smart play by Berglund there as well.
Massive shorthanded goal. 4 seconds of power play time left for the States. McMorrow trying to lift the stick. Victor Eklund.
Both teams are playing at full
As Rundell tripped up with the linesman coming out of the box. He's got the puck. Rundell, wrist shot, in and out. And it pops free for the Americans.
Pedersen, assisted by number 26.
Spellacy had the puck, lost it, tried to drive play to the net. Herenstam quickly for Rundell. So after Herenstam takes the diving penalty, they kill it off, and not only that, get a shorthanded goal. Eriksson, long wrist shot, blocked it away. Rundell. Little chip, still loose, hold the follow-up, and again Rundell nearly popped one. Frey jumps on the ice on the change. Alphonse Frey, weaving, shooting, off the stick into the corner. Rundell, that hit Kleber's leg, and right for Lee's got the puck. Lee over the line, Spellacy just onside. The drop pass though picked up by Rundell, 3-on-2 developing. Rundell, delays, shoots, and all the way behind the net and down the ice. Alphonse Frey has to hustle back. 4-1 Sweden, 2 in the game now for Pedersen. As the Ducks' second rounder has been a game breaker. Winner of the game gets top spot in the group. And slow to get up. Hensler pass in front as Hensler is still gingerly going to collect his stick. Frustrated, and he absolutely hit Yenborg, and for that, he's going to the box. Selfish penalty. Hensler was
Takes an interference penalty here. And, a little push from behind. Hensler, frustration might have picked up a little bit after that play, and then he steps up on the interference pen. And you can almost see the look in his face. He's coming for some kind of revenge, right? And we hear it all the time. Control your emotions. There's going to be an opportunity to assert yourself. USA now needs a big penalty kill against a great power play.
Lucas Pettersson on the puck up top. Slidwalenius trying to dish in front, hit Cleaver. Pettersson's on hat-trick watch.
Minor penalty and 14.
What a chance for Sweden to really put the gears into the United States here. Victor Bjork up top. Slidwalenius shot, kick the side. Danielson collects the puck. He'll swipe it in. Yenborg for Bjork. Yenborg parked in front, trying to create a little bit of havoc in front of Nolan. Pettersson plays it behind the net. Danielson. Bjork walks it in right in front. Score! Beautiful pass and tap job. Eddie Yenborg, 5-1 Sweden.
On my count, Brian, that means their power play is at 50%, 8 for 16. But what unbelievably great pass by Viggo Bjork. And we saw Yenborg earlier in the game in the first period have one go right between his legs. There's no way. Watch how he moves his hand down the shaft to make sure that he doesn't miss it. That is just such an outstanding play by Eddie Yenborg. There it is, hand going down. Make sure I don't miss it. 5-1 Sweden, and talk about asserting themselves.
So Eddie Yenborg, 2 goals in the game, both on the power play. And you're right, Craig. They are on a heater right now with the man advantage, Sweden. Taking advantage of their opportunities in this game.
Scored by number 25.
Phoenix Orcas played into the corner.
Assist to number 21, Viggo Bjork, and number 23.
And it's going to take a Minnesota miracle for the United States to get back in this game now. Sweden has silenced the crowd. Yustabara cutting in a little flip job, try to bank one in. As Yenborg's got a pair, Pettersson's got a pair. And everyone feeling pretty good offensively about their game on Sweden, except for whoever took that in the bench. I think everyone's okay.
They're dialed in. They know this is a really good team they're playing against, the Team USA. They know they're on foreign ice. Romanian told Britt Dort before the game, hey, and you do, just because you weren't in the game doesn't mean that pride of wearing the jersey, representing your country and wanting to beat somebody that's had success against you just goes away. And Sweden is full marks for this 5-1 lead.
Americans trying to set it up on offense. Sellers in front. Sellers wrap try. Stick went flying of Eklund as he's playing D. Eklund goes and collects his stick. Brundell able to pop that to Eriksson. Eriksson starts to glide in. Eriksson got over the centering pass. Chase Reed though. Big stick in his lane. Sipped across. Sack inside. Wrist shot. Oh, the tip. Brundell didn't miss by much. That's on Brundell. Always creating. Behind the net, he's got the puck, centering feed. Eriksson, Atkinson plays it across. Eriksson then pocket pick that time as the Americans try to break it up ice. And here's a chance inside. Penalty coming up. Hagen shot right on. Seaver follow-up. Still loses. Right score. Sellers, the jam job. 5-2 Sweden. 5 of the tournament, and that is much needed for the USA.
Express, but it's a turnover, and then Hagens gets the penalty. First shot, second shot, third shot. But what the key there is, Hagens continues through. Ziemer comes to the net on the follow, and then Zellers finishes it off. Nobody's standing, watching, hoping that the guy in front of him makes the play. The next guy's right there under the spot, ready to take advantage. It took them the third chance to do it, but Zellers gets rewarded, and USA back into this game.
So 5 in the tournament for Zellers. He ties Sorenko, who has 5.
Number 12, Will Zeller.
For the tournament goal-scoring lead for the time being.
Number 74, Brody
Yeah, Zellers is having a tournament. Osberg jams it at Herentstown.
Time of the goal, 16.
Turnover in the corner again. In front backhand. Riker Lee right on. And there's a pattern, though, Craig. On the goals by the Americans, Herentstown stops 1, stops 2, but you keep going, and the third one is found away the back of the net.
Yeah, and James Hagen's off the turnover. They get a really good play there. Zeller starts on the turnover and then keeps following up the play. And just watching, getting ready, getting into the area, and yes, being rewarded.
You say it all the time. Don't go by the action. Don't go past the net. The puck's not going to be there. I mean, amen, right there.
And smart players, like you can see Zellers as he's coming up the ice, he's sizing it up, he sees what's happening. And hey, when you score 5 goals, and Will Zellers is a very gifted offensive player, he's not going by the reward area of the net.
It's good, really.
Sizing it up, he sees what's happening. And hey, when you score 5 goals, and Will Zellers is a very gifted offensive player, he's not going by the reward area of the net.
It's good, really.
Полный месяц встал над лугом, неизменным дивным кругом, светит и молчит. Бледный луг цветущий, мрак ночной по нем ползущий, отдыхает, спит. Жутко выйти на дорогу, непонятная тревога под луной царит. Хоть и знаешь, утром рано солнце выйдет из тумана, поле озарит. И тогда пройдешь тропинкой, где под каждой пылинкой жизнь кипит. И тогда пройдешь тропинкой, где под каждой пылинкой жизнь кипит. Над лугом, неизменным дивным кругом, светит и молчит. Бледный луг цветущий, мрак ночной по нем ползущий, отдыхает, спит. Жутко выйти на дорогу, непонятная тревога под луной царит. Хоть и знаешь, утром рано солнце выйдет из тумана, поле озарит. И тогда пройдешь тропинкой, где под каждой пылинкой жизнь кипит. И тогда пройдешь тропинкой, где под каждой пылинкой жизнь кипит. Утром рано солнце выйдет из тумана, поле озарит. И тогда пройдешь тропинкой, где под каждой пылинкой жизнь кипит. Пусть светит месяц, ночь темна, пусть жизнь приносит людям счастье в моей распростерлась надо мной. И отвечает мертвым взглядом на тусклый взор души больной, облитой острым сладким ядом, облитой острым сладким ядом. И тщетно страсти затая в холодной мгле передрассветной. Среди толпы блуждаю я, с одной лишь думаю заветной. Пусть светит месяц, ночь темна, пусть жизнь приносит людям счастье, в моей душе любви весна не сменит бурного ненастья. Месяц, ночь темна, пусть жизнь приносит людям счастье, в моей душе любви весна не сменит бурного ненастья.